Hi guys, and welcome to this video where I'm going to share two important things about how to attach light to ceiling. I have bought some of these ceiling lights at Lowe's. They look pretty good, but after attaching two or three of them to the ceiling, I have found there are two or three things which are really important, and they never write in their instructions. So you have at the end you have some problems when you are just following these instructions, and so I was thinking I'm sharing my ideas, so hopefully you will look into that before you attach the next light to the ceiling, especially if you have a similar one. So here I have the main part, and of course, because it's high voltage electricity, it's always very important to turn off the light, the power. So you can use the switch, the regular switch, where you turn off the light, turn on, turn off the light, but it's not so much recommended because sometimes when you, let's say you are already on the ladder and then you you don't have the right screwdriver, you have to go down to the basement and to look which one you need, and in the meantime someone comes and switches on the light again, and then there's power on the wire and you don't know. People don't realize, they just switch it on, see, oh, there's no light, okay, no problem, they are leaving and don't recognize that you are doing some work, and then there's power on the line, and you can get badly hurt. So it's always better when you turn off the power at the breaker. It's much safer. So back to the light itself, I have two things, especially when you have something like this with some container where you have the cable inside and a bracket like this, which you can use to attach the whole light to the ceiling. So of course this bracket goes first to the ceiling. You have usually these two screws, these places where you can use to tighten it with the screws to the outlet, which is usually there, and you can use then the provided screws to put it in. But the problem is what happens when you put this like this to the ceiling. I can show you this with that. So this is perfectly flat, you see, perfectly flat. And so when this is mounted to the ceiling and you put on some weight like this, with all the light, with all the bulbs and all the glasses around, it's heavy weight, so it will pull these things down. Let's say you have this here and you pull it down, like you see, it's heavy weight from the light, it's pulling down, and at the end there will be a gap between, let's say this, let's pretend this is the ceiling, so you end like having something like this. It won't be fully attached to the ceiling, but it will look like this. So what can you do if you have something like this? I do because I can't really tell you. I didn't do anything with the first one, and I ended up with the gap. So I decided to pre-bend it second time. So let's pre-bend it. You see, now it's not flat anymore. So these two parts go a little bit up. There's somehow a little bit of tension now to the top, and what happens even when you're putting some weight and it pushes it down, it's still, these two parts are still flat with the ceiling. There's no gap, so that's really important. So I did this with a second light and it was then perfect. So when you have something like this, pre-bend it a little bit. Maybe this was a little bit too much. I will see. The last time I did a little bit less and it was still good. The second thing is, when you have this on the ceiling, then you need to do a lot of wiring. So how can you do that? When you have to hold the light and you have to attach all the wires with the nuts, what can you do? So I found out that, let's say this is already attached on the ceiling. Take a wire like this and make two hooks at the end like this, and then hook it in at the light, and the other end I make it a little bit larger so you can hopefully see a little bit better. So hook this in at here, and so you have it. Hopefully you can see that. So yeah, okay, so now it will be attached to the bracket and you can work with the wiring on the light. So I did this last time and it worked perfect. So because first time I didn't know what to do, I attached it just with the wire and it was just hanging on the wire, but which is not good, of course. It was not damaged, but it's not good. It's much better if you use different cable or different wire for that. So yeah, I hope I was able to provide you with at least two nice tricks how to do this better than described in the manual. Yeah, so if you have any questions, just write to the comment section below, and if you like the video, give me a thumbs up, subscribe my channel. Thanks for watching, see you next time.